Let's bring you more analysis of what's been going on in Anambra State. We're joined by Executive Director, Caring Advocacy and Advancement Center in Africa, Ezenwa Nwagwu. He joins the conversation from our Abuja studio. Before we bring him in, let's tell you that I will also be bringing our reporters in to give us an update from the field. Good to have you join us, Mr. Ezenwa.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So let's just begin by getting your assessment of what you've seen so far.
Well, from all indications, it's looking good. Like I keep saying, election is supposed to be a festival, but it also has a process. So we can assess it from the opening of the polls, to accreditation and voting, and then to the whole gamut of results management. But where we are now is we can place some finger around how polls opened. We can also place some finger on accreditation and voting. But the most important aspect of this process is, of course, how the results are being managed, sorting, collation, counting, and then announcement of results. But overall, from reports that I've seen and from colleagues who are also on the ground, I think it's looking good.
Now, looking at the voter turnout, are you impressed or are you disappointed?
No, nobody can make a call on voter turnout right now. And that is perhaps the challenge that we see with the optics of election. If you look at polling stations, you are likely going to see a lot of people. But there are people who are in the polling precincts that are not necessarily voters, that are coming to participate in this festival. So we'll have to wait to first and foremost know the number of accredited voters in the state, the number that eventually voted, and then it is at the end of the polls that we are then able to make a call on turnout. And remember that we are talking about 21 local governments in Anambra State. And so I think it's important that we wait through the process to be able to make that call.
All right, Mr. Nwagwu, we'll put you on hold as we bring in a reporter who is live for us in Anambra State, Nena, to give us more update. Nena, as we listened to some of the candidates, there was just one recurring statement that we're all making, which is vote buying. You have been with the police, or you are moving with to Abuja studio where our guest is standing by. Mr. Ezenwa Nwagwu, thank you so much for holding on for us. You've gotten reports from, I'm sure you heard a reporter there speaking in terms of the conduct of security personnel themselves, the conduct of residents. Everything seems to be peaceful, and I'm wondering what you attribute this to. Will it be leadership? Will it be the residents? Or that INEC prepared sufficiently for this election?
Well, election is a competitive exercise, and there are rules. If the umpire is able to stick and give fidelity to his own rules, it enhances the quality of the competition. But if you also have participants in the competition who are far away from reforms, like, the politicians that we have, but incidentally, the election in Anambra lacks that level of competition that you will expect. And the reason for that is that historically, the state has stayed in some sense with one political party. And so the level of competitiveness that you require is not there. Even in 2021, election day generally was peaceful. The threats that you had were from extraneous non-state actors who were working to frustrate and then see how they can subvert the process. But generally speaking, Anambra elections have been generally peaceful.